Мне кажется, я открыл новую форму тишины. Некоторые философы утверждают, что таких форм всего 7, но я, кажется, нашел 8-ю. Если ты позволишь, я заключу тебя в 8-ю форму, чтобы проверить, как она воздействует на разум. Что скажешь?
Полагаю, да.
А если сработает, я подготовлю вариант, который ты тоже сможешь использовать, если тебе понадобится тишина для занятий. Надо же, какая неожиданность. Судя по состоянию твоих глаз, наступила слепота.
Мастер Нелот, что вы с ним сделали? Что это за штуки у него из глаз растут?
Ничего непоправимого. Все дело в заклинании. Думаю, я могу его исправить. Уйдет пара лет, не больше. Но сначала мне нужны кое-какие данные. Попробуй ими покачать. Нет, не надо махать кулаком. Покачай этими щупальцами, которые там, где раньше у тебя глаза были.
Кажется, меня сейчас стошнит.
Судя по тому, как они колышутся, ты их не контролируешь. К тому же, теперь я вижу, что язык у тебя тоже... Да, лучше не буду этого говорить. Но ты, пожалуйста, не пытайся кричать. Похоже, что они начинают отваливаться.
Ну что, все кончилось? У него снова есть глаза?
Твои глаза снова выглядят совершенно нормально. Интересно.
Мне кажется, это должен
Похоже на
взять
то.
заклинание.
Жалко только, что оно так быстро перестало действовать. К сожалению, никаких побочных эффектов я у тебя не вижу. Ладно, в любом случае, вот тебе за потраченное время.
О, сами Киллерус, а точнее то, что от него осталось. Это колчан стрел и меч. Меня раздавил дракон, короче. Короче, Мирак не поглотил душу дракона, но почему-то не вышел из инвиза. Я вызвал чит на дракона, пытаясь скормить ему еще одну душу дракона. И вот что вышло. Истребитель прям какой-то. Не знаю. И как мне выйти из этой фигни? Дракон, выпусти меня! Нет! Нет! Я не хочу умирать такой смертью под багом. Ух ты, какая тут красивая башня внизу. Ну, Мирак, я ему слишком много урона нанес. Ай-яй-яй, вот в чем дело. Эх, Мирак, еще душа дракона тебе нужна. Ну как я ее тебе отдам, если меня раздавили? Мирак! Нет! Ну вот и все. О, тут какая-то щупальца. Ух ты! Щупальца тут. Видите, как пружинкой закручены. Ну ладно. Попробую загрузить раннее сохранение. Всем привет, с вами Капеллан Киллерус. Я продолжаю проходить дополнение Скайрима Драгонборн. И сейчас мне нужно сразиться с Мираком.
Значит, драконы вернулись. Ну, скалы и не такое переживали.
У меня был разговор с Хемусом Морой.
Старый Хермеус Мора собственной персоной. Значит, это он источник силы Мирака. Ну, конечно. Во многих наших легендах говорится о том, как Херма Мора пытался выманить наши тайны. И вот он снова пришел за тем, что мы так долго от него скрывали.
Херма Мора? Почему ты его так называешь?
Так мы зовем его. Демона знаний. Он всегда был нашим врагом.
Что за секреты скалов?
Древняя мудрость, которая передается от шамана к шаману с тех пор, как Всесоздатель передал Солстейн скалам. Как говорить с ветром, как слушать землю, вот наши тайны. Ничего о силе и власти.
Зачем Хемиусу Море могли понадобиться твои секреты?
Мы знаем его как Херму Мору, демона знаний. Такова его природа. Он просто собирает тайны. Их ценность для него значения не имеет. То, что скалы так долго не выдавали ему свои тайны, только подогревало его желание заполучить их.
Он согласился обучить меня слову крика Мирака. Только на этих условиях.
Значит, это на мою долю выпала участь выдать наши тайны древнему врагу. Не знаю, хватит ли у меня сил противостоять ему. Камень дерева все еще осквернен. Равновесие утрачено. Но остальные 5 очищены. Этого может хватить. Должно хватить.
То есть ты дашь ему то, чего он хочет?
Да. Скалы всегда говорили, что настанет день, когда мы будем вынуждены выдать свои тайны. Когда Херма Мора наконец победит. Мой долг как шамана охранять эти тайны, но также и решать, когда настало время выдать их. И я думаю, что время настало. А если я ошибаюсь, пусть предки простят меня. Дай мне книгу. Я прочту ее и сам поговорю со старым Хермоморой. Я позабочусь, чтобы он выполнил свою часть сделки.
Надеюсь, ты знаешь, что делаешь.
Я тоже надеюсь. И я надеюсь, ты позаботишься о том, чтобы эта жертва не была напрасной.
Отец, тебе не следует этого делать. Эта книга, это неправильно. В ней зло. Это против всего, чему ты меня учил всю мою жизнь.
Я должен, Фрейя. Это единственный способ навсегда освободить Солстейн от теней Мирака. Бывают времена, когда все меняется. Ничто живое не остается неизменным. Не бойся за меня, дочь моя. Такова судьба, которую предначертал мне Всесоздатель.
Я буду рядом с тобой, отец. Как всегда.
Я готов ко всему, что мог приготовить для меня злонравный хозяин этой книги.
Отдадут мне свои тайны.
Отец! Нет, хватит!
Лжец! Нет, я не для тебя!
Делай что-нибудь!
Драконорожденный, тебе удалось доставить мне дар, который я требовал.
Мерзкий ублюдок. Ненавижу демонов.
Держи свое обещание, как и подобает принцу Обливия. Я
Да
даю
ну.
тебе слово силы, которое понадобится тебе.
Твой глаз похож на огромное очко.
Для его наследника. Это уж как сложится судьба.
Жаль, я тебя не могу уничтожить. Да, очень жаль. Я бы этого хотел. Ну что?
Я не виню тебя. Я знаю, он сам это выбрал. Отец, что ты наделал?
Ну что ж, настало время надрать Мираку зад.
Мой отец пожертвовал собой, чтобы дать тебе возможность уничтожить Мирака и развеять тень его хозяина, которая легла на нашу землю. Иди, убей Мирака. Не подведи.
Итак, мы читаем эту долбаную книгу. Ненавижу апокриф. Что-то мне то место совсем не нравится. Так, я тут. Что же тут будет? Все, закрыл свое хавло. Я не спорю.
На меня, и я отнесу тебя к Мираку.
Да ну, ну давай отнеси. Лети, моя пташка. Так, и как управлять этой штукой? Ага, находясь верхом на драконе, вы можете выбрать цель и атаковать ее с помощью магических атак. Кроме того, вы можете приказать дракону напасть на цель. Быстрое перемещение на драконе доступно в меню глобальной карты. Более детальную информацию можно получить в разделе «Помощь» в главном меню.
Мирак силен. Он знал, что ты придешь сюда.
Ну, конечно. Тут не надо быть сильным.
Не чувствую чего-либо присутствия.
А сейчас присутствует искатель, давай. Вали его. Так, Ctrl. Нажать Ctrl. Давай, хавай искателя. Скрыть не дам, кто там еще. Давай, дракоша. Молодец, молодчина. Крутой конь. Давай, хавай его. Молодчина. Ну давай уже, убей этого скрытня долбаного. Я хочу Мираку зад надрать. Я уже мыло приготовил. Давай. Хотя Мираку стоит зад без мыла надрать за то, что он сделал. Что-то он очень долго убивает. Эти драконы все хилые, мало урона наносят. Ну давай, давай, давай уже, пора. Убей ты эту гаду. О, блин, скрытня там вообще. Да хрена здоровья. Щупальца, блин, из этого озера черного. Вообще не айс в этом мире. Я бы не хотел в этой херне оказаться. Интересно, как туда попали драконы в апокриф? Тут же книги читали. Или он их с помощью чита вызвал? Хрен его знает. Давай уже убей, скрытнее, и полетели дальше. Ой, долбаный дракоша, а. Итак, мы летим к храму Мирака. Чё ты над этим островком летаешь? Давай уже к храму Мирака меня неси. Вот так вот. Ого, какой щупалец. Такое ощущение, что он сейчас возьмет и дракона утянет в озеро. Но это всего лишь анимация. Хоть это успокаивает. Я еще не прилетел. Какой приземлиться?
Я посмотрю, где можно приземлиться.
Нет, пока нет.
Привет, Мирак.
Надо поприветствовать нашего гостя.
Приветствуй.
Итак, драконорожденные, первый и последний, встречаются в апокрифе.
Ну, конечно, наша судьба.
Несомненно, этого и хотел Hermeus Мора.
Конечно.
Он переменчивый господин, знаешь.
Правильно думаешь. Не
Но
тупой.
теперь я освобожусь от него.
Да ну.
Мое время в апокрифе подошло к концу.
Не приукрашивай свою речь аппетитами.
У тебя полно сил, и это ключ к моему могуществу.
Да ну, ты шутишь.
Ты умрешь.
Ух ты.
Обретя силу твоей души, я вернусь на Солстейн и снова стану...
Что-то у тебя рожа какая-то дебильная.
Грози Крау! Колоники!
Ты мне вообще урон наносишь, Мирак? Мне такое ощущение складывается, что ты мне вообще урона не наносишь. Возьму что-нибудь более эпичное из оружия.
Грози Крау!
Ах ты, ублюдок! Эта душа должна принадлежать мне! Ты что творишь, мразь? Рогатый! Ты на козла похож больше, чем на дракона. Ты знаешь об этом? Ну давай, девочка, не ссы, выходи из инвиза. Не понял юмора, а чё он не выходит? Итак, мы продолжаем. После небольших технических неполадок он, я думаю, должен выйти из инвиза. Ну ладно. О, клинок, на большой член похож. Алдуин был моей заботой, а не твоей. Ты просрал свой шанс. Другой путь он выбрал. Валак тебя насправил на этот путь. Прости, дракоша. Пришло твое время, Мирак. Отвегай-ка отборного члена. Куда этот хрен попал? Мирак, ты чё, свалил? О, Хермеус Мора пришел.
Ты что же, вздумал сбежать от меня, Мирак? Здесь тебе ничего от меня не скрыть. Неважно. Есть и другие драконорожденные, готовые служить мне.
Надеюсь, он получит такую же награду за верную службу, как и я.
Мирак задумал бунтовать против меня.
Я хочу одежду Мирака.
Учись на его примере. Служи мне преданно, и тебя ждет щедрая награда.
Где одежда Мирака? Вот блин, мне не дали его одежду. Фиг с ним. Сны наяву. Интересно, что за запретные знания тут? Ага. Иллюзия очистить, алхимия очистить, красноречие очистить. Карманные кражи. Ну, у меня и лагает. Так, что мне тут надо очистить? Разрушение, восстановление, изменения. 12-й легендарный, зачарование, кузнечное дело, тяжелая броня, блокирование, двуручное оружие, одноручное оружие, стрельба, легкая броня, скрытность, взлом, карманные кражи, красноречие, алхимия, иллюзия, колдовство, разрушение, восстановление. Ну, мне, в принципе, тут ничего не надо очищать. Ну, разве что двуручное оружие я все равно не пользуюсь. Да, в принципе, ничего не буду очищать. Ну, перемещаемся на Солстейн. Что нам еще остается? Перемещаться. Итак, мы убили Мирака, закололи его нашим драконьим мечом. И теперь нам осталось поговорить со скалами. Так, где наша дорогая красотка?
Я чувствую это. Камень дерева снова свободен. Целостность земли восстановлена. Но это значит, Все кончено?
Ну, конечно,
Мирак
кончено.
побежден?
Конечно, побежден. Сор умер не напрасно. Мирак больше никогда не станет угрожать Солстейму.
Спасибо тебе. Что бы ни двигало тобой, тебе довелось сослужить скалам великую службу. И мы этого не забудем. Знаю, это не мое дело, но... Могу я дать тебе совет? Или
Конечно, можешь дать.
предупредить?
Можешь предупредить. Конечно, что ты хотела.
Шаман Скала, я отвечаю за духовное благополучие своего народа. Ты не скал, но друг скалов. И поэтому я должна предупредить тебя. Хермамор заставил тебя служить ему, чтобы одолеть Мирака. Не позволяй ему завлечь тебя дальше по этому пути.
Не волнуйся.
Всесоздатель сделал тебя Давакином для высшей цели. Не забывай об этом. Да пребудет с тобой Всесоздатель, друг скалов.
Не волнуйся, я терпеть не могу.
Отца нет с нами. И боль утраты никак не проходит.
Ты действительно уверена, что готова быть шаманкой скалов?
Я готовилась к этому всю жизнь. Вопрос не в том, готова ли я, а...
Но что? Что
Знаю,
такое?
не стоит так говорить, я должна чтить желание отца. Но не я выбрала этот путь. Я всегда хотела стать великой охотницей или даже старостой деревни.
Это еще может произойти, не так ли?
Фонари этого не допустит. Что
Да ну.
касается старшинства, тут у нее хватка железная, как у волка. Но это не беда. Скалам нужен шаман, и я знаю, что это мое место.
Ну ладно, пока. С вами был Киллерус. До новых встреч, друзья.
Да хранит тебя Всесоздатель.
Good day, YouTube and Linux Action Show subreddit. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to install the Elder Scrolls Online, and then I'm going to review its performance on Linux Mint. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need you to have to do this is going to be Play on Linux. Now, there's a lot of tutorials already out there on how to use Wine and Play on Linux, so I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to assume that you have at least a basic understanding of it. Now, before I even buy a game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look it up on Wine Headquarters app database. So I'm just going to open up whatever search engine I prefer. I'm going to type in the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to type in Wine HQ. Okay, it's the first one in my case. When they have multiple versions like this, and you'll see there's a lot more comments on some of these old ones, I would open up all of them. So I'm going to open up all these guys. So why am I opening up all of them? This game is a recent release. It's only like, I don't know, 2 weeks old. So this release version might not have as many useful comments. If there were a lot more comments or one of these was massively outdated, then I would not pay attention to the older ones. I'm going to go through, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how they rate it. So silver and above is basically it runs well enough that you might want to purchase it. Gold and platinum are their best ratings, and platinum means flawless, including install for the most part. And I'll tell you how I rank them later. Gold plays near perfectly. You'll probably have about as many problems on Windows as you will on Linux if it's gold. Now you notice there's a couple garbage ones, so you might want to stop and think, why are they garbage? Now you notice this guy is running a slightly older version of Wine. That might be the problem. I don't actually think it is in this case. I think these two individuals are missing the certificate. They didn't work around their certificate problem. I'll tell you about that in a second, how to do that. It is, in my opinion, I would give it a gold, very, very close to platinum, and I'll tell you why it doesn't get gold in a little while. But the first thing you need to know is there is a certificate problem and you do have to work around it right at the beginning. And he tells you why he gives it a silver. I know why he might be crashing, so it's not a huge deal. We'll deal with that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wine bottle or a wine prefix or virtual drive, however you want to think about this. It's technically not some of the things I said it was, but I've heard people refer to it as anything when you're dealing with the Play on Linux. And you create this new virtual drive, and you're going to pick a type of wine to use in that virtual drive. So what does this inform us on which one we'd want to use? Now you'll see the older ones have slightly lower ratings. The newest ones have the highest ratings. So when I go to pick my wine version, I'm going to pick the newest one. I'm not going to go into why necessarily, but I'm going to pick a 32-bit Windows installation. There's a couple of reasons for that. And I'm going to pick the digital download variant. I'm choosing to review that one because that's the way most people install their games nowadays. I understand that some of you have slower internet connections and computers and really can't deal with downloading a game as big as this, and this is a big game. It's over 20 gigabytes. It's probably close to 30. But there are extra steps associated with installing it from the CD, and that is because you still can, because that's the way I installed my first prefix. Because I do have a slow internet connection. If you notice when you buy the game, most of the hard copies are Mac and PC, and so you have to deal with stuff like Adobe Air installations as extra steps, and I don't have to deal with that. So 1/7/16 is what I'm going to make mine, and I'm going to make mine a 32-bit version. You'll see I already have it installed as the Elder Scrolls Online, so I'm going to make it just SO, just Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to hit next. Poof. So it's going to create this virtual drive. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink here. And I'm going to go to that virtual drive. And I'm going to install components right off the bat. Now, it's kind of cheating. None of these people have told you that you need these components. I'll tell you how I knew that I needed these components before ever finishing the installation the first time. But I'm going to do something they don't recommend, and I'm going to install the DirectX Full Setup. So here you go, I'm installing the DirectX Full Setup. Shouldn't take that long because I do have that already installed. Now note, since I have the DirectX Full Setup set up on most of these guys, I obviously have 3 or 4 times the bloat that it would normally create. I'm also going to install VC Run 2010. So I'll tell you why I knew it needed the VC Run 2010 runtime as well. It'll be pretty obvious in a little while. But I also have that downloaded. It'll install quickly. It might take a couple of seconds for you guys to download them, especially the DirectX. I think it's over 100 megabytes. And I'm going to choose OpenGL for my DirectRaw renderer instead of GDI. And you'll see if you pick this one, he recommends that right there, that you change it to OpenGL in a file it's going to create in a little while. And the reason it has OpenGL as an option is because it's a Mac game also, and Macs use OpenGL. So we might as well use it because we get a lot better performance if you can switch that from, GDI and D3, D9 is what it would probably default out to, or DirectX 9 to OpenGL. I'm also going to do some things that you wouldn't know about right away. Some computers, and this is going to be very dependent on whether you are running a Radeon or, like me, an NVIDIA, I'm going to disable GLSL support. If you choose to do this and you get weird shadows, turn this back on. Now, strict draw ordering, I believe, is disabled by default. So if you hit default, it'll automatically choose disabled. I'm going to disable it by choice. If you get little red squares that have missing textures, go back and enable it. Okay, and the default for this is enabled, but I will show you that I'll enable it as well. And I have 2 gigs of video memory on my NVIDIA card, so I'm going to switch to 2 gigs. So I've set up the entire drive. One of the things I might do is open up this guy, see what version of Windows I'm running. And in this case, I'm actually going to switch it up to 7. You may want to change how the graphics, like some people emulate virtual desktop, stuff like that. I'm not going to, so I'm just going to hit apply. I'm going to fix the registry problem right up. But if you tried to install it without changing the registry within the Windows partition that it creates, you would get an error right towards the end of the installation. And you do that by opening a shell. Now this isn't very specific, it just says the wine control panel, but the command is after you open a shell, and make sure you have ESO highlighted when you do this, is just wine control. Okay, it says I need wine gecko for the version of wine I'm running. I'll install that. It takes a couple seconds. Proving that my internet connection is nice and slow. Probably even slower than normal. It's probably because I'm in peak time right here. Look at that. So it's crawling by. So after I get that gecko installed, something will pop up. It'll be the wine control panel. And I am going to use this certificate, which I've already downloaded, in this gentleman here, Patrick Martin, call out to him, has provided the certificate that I'll need to use to override. This is a security thing, so you might not feel comfortable overriding the certificate. Just know that it probably won't work unless you do, so don't buy it if you're not comfortable with that. So I'm going to open up internet settings. I'm going to go to content. I'm going to bring in that certificate, and I'm just going to browse my computer. Now there's my virtual drive, ESO, in my wine prefixes on my Play on Linux drive. I'm going to go all the way out to my home drive. It's in my downloads, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit next. Automatically select certificate store. I'm going to click next. I'm going to hit finish. It was successful. Poof. If you choose not to do that and you go through and you get the certificate error, this is what it needs you to do. If you have further connection problems or further significant certificate flags, you may have to do it at an OS level. Here is where it says to do that in the closed beta section. I highly recommend not doing that unless you still have problems. I'm going to close this out now that I fixed that problem, and I'm going to go ahead and run another executable in this drive. Or sorry, I haven't run one yet, but I will run an executable in this drive. I've already signed up, paid my money, and downloaded the digital installer for PC. I'm not going to show you how to do that because I don't want to put in my information in front of everybody, and obviously I went through the buying portion of it. So I've got that executable, and I'm just going to click on it. Right? So you see right now it's running well already. I'm going to click OK. It's going to give me some videos and then probably a EULA, or maybe the EULA before the videos, who knows. Videos first, right? You see a little white border here, maybe, depending on what your setup is. That is because the game is not full screened at that point. It's just guessing and filling in the space. You should always read your end user license agreements, especially for these MMOs. Realize that usually they tell you have no rights. In this case, this one's actually not that bad. I'm going to go ahead and say I've read it. The ones for EA are pretty bad, so I guess Bethesda is just a less soul-stealing company. This is how I knew I needed that DirectX and VC runtimes right here. Using Play on Linux to install them is more reliable, and so right when I saw that, I closed out all these and went back there and installed them that way. I don't need this shortcut. It's not going to put it on this desktop anyway. It's going to put it on some imaginary desktop or the virtual desktop, which you could force to come out. But I've not got it set up that way. So you'll see it's downloading something slowly because my computer, like I said, my internet connection is kind of slow. You might get a crash report at this point that pops out because it's ran from one executable to the next. If you do, just close it out. It means nothing. It looks like it's hanging. It's not. Again, that's just because my internet connection's slow. And it's just I live in a rural area, so I don't get the best options there. So you can see it's no longer hanging. Let's go ahead and it's downloading. After I'm done downloading it and show you that indeed the installer will get to a point where it needs to download the bulk of the game, I will switch to just showing you the little tweaks I would do and where you would find them. Because obviously, I'm not going to wait for the 22, I think it's a 22 gigabyte game, maybe it's a 28 gigabyte game, to install over my internet. But I have installed it on other people's PCs, people that have quicker connections. So you'd click install. Oh look, I don't have enough disk space. That's because my drives are located on my solid state for my games. And the last Elder Scrolls Online took up too much space. So we'll just close that out. So you know it does work. So I'll just show you that it is installed already and that the install button does come up, and then I'll skip through the next because I don't want to put in my password on something I'm going to post on YouTube. Okay. So there that is. Now I got through this, I started playing, and I was ending up with frequent crashes. And I was saying, oh well, why am I getting crashes? So I went back to WineHQ, and specifically I wasn't just getting crashes, I was getting freezes. Now note the wordage, because in the closed beta it made it real easy for me to find my help thread. So this is a certificate crash, but this is a freeze, lots of freezes. And it was exactly what he said. After about 30 minutes I would freeze up. And this is how I fixed it. Right? So I'll show you where you've already seen my downloads folder, so we'll go up there. It made, when I installed it, an Elder Scrolls Online folder. Inside there's a user settings folder, or a live folder and a user settings file. I opened it up with gedit. I looked for this request num thread, so find request, sure, and you'll see it's right there. You'll see mine's already 0. It does default out -1 to 0. I changed that, worked, stopped the crashes. So this is how I'm using this to get around any problems I might have. Now that's specific to certain computers, so not everyone has that problem, but I did. The other thing I want you to know is this guy here. He's the same guy who linked us the certificate. He said that he got better performance here. Now he just says automatically do it, but the case is that it's not required. You can run it in DirectX mode. But he gets better performance in OpenGL mode, and in fact I got a little bit better performance there too. So find graphics. I'm going to find graphics driver 7 OpenGL. So you can see I've already done that as well. It said D3 D9 originally, which is DirectX 9. Change that, and now we've changed all the files associated with it as well. and then you click play. Okay, so here's some gameplay. I think you can hear the audio works quite well. It might not be as loud for you as it is for me, but I'm going to go ahead and first I'll show you the music works too. And then I'm going to turn it off for the purposes of the video. Okay, so I've just logged in. You can see sun shafts are working right there. But I want to explain why I would give this game gold for me personally, because anytime you rank one of these a game or an application on wine, the person's always ranking it for themselves. I would give it platinum because I don't really care about the work I have to put up front to get a game to run. I think it makes sense that it's going to take a little bit of time to work through some issues. I only care about the end product, how well it works. And I would say it works as well in Linux as it does in Windows. Except for one thing for me personally, for some odd reason, it resets some of my graphics options every time I load back in. So you'll see that I have a medium here for texture quality, and it doesn't give me a high option. Now, that's a pretty big deal because the medium textures are quite a bit worse, noticeably worse. But I found a workaround. I went to Wine HQ and someone else was having this problem. And I talked to some people because I have other friends that use Linux and do a lot of wine stuff. And it's probably related to either the choice of OpenGL or the choice of a 32-bit wine prefix. I don't know which, but hitting the defaults will fix it. It will set it to high, even though high wasn't an option, and you'll notice the difference probably. So you see that the textures are quite a bit better, right? Now, I have to do that at the beginning of every game. And so 20 seconds at the beginning of every game is not that big of a deal, but that is why I don't give it platinum, I give it gold instead. It doesn't have anything to do with any of the install. Other than that, the game works perfectly for me, and you'll see me turn up all of these to high. So obviously Bloom is working. You can see that it's a darkened sky, and things are a bit too bright. And so I'm going to turn it off. I actually think Bloom makes things awkwardly lit, and you'll see that sometimes characters' faces are going to be brighter than they should be. I'm going to turn on ambient occlusion. I like that. It gives a much more realistic shading. And then I'm going to turn down the gamma. So I'm in the middle of a storm. It should be dark, right? And then I'm going to turn the view distance all the way up. And I'm going to apply this. Now, I'm on a solid state hard drive, so Tesso or the Elder Scrolls Online, it loads pretty quickly for me. My friend on an older 7600 RPM drive did complain that it takes a while to load things up. That's just the game. He's on Windows after all. So if you don't like that, be prepared for it. Now, it doesn't have zones, so the game's not blocked. So you shouldn't have too many issues. With loading, it'll only happen every so often, but when it does, it might bother you. Now, so you can see sun rays. They work fine. The sun's not even out and I'm getting sun rays. You'll notice that the sun's a bit big when it is out, but hey, you know, it's a different world. Just because it's unrealistically big doesn't mean anything, I guess. You can see the reflection of the waterfall there. Reflections, they work fine. Those are two things that sometimes don't work in wine games, but they work perfectly here. And I'll reiterate that I would definitely give this a platinum if it weren't for the fact that I had switch settings at the beginning. Now let's show off the fact that I'm running Linux here. So there's multiple desktops. Hopefully no fragments occur because I'm doing this. So there's all my desktops. I am running Linux. This is under Linux. This isn't me clipping out some Windows thing. Now I'm running Kazam to render this instead of FFmpeg like I probably should. There's my Kazam open. So that's going to slow down what you view, because I think it only grabs the frames every 15 FPS, maybe 20 FPS, I don't know. So that's the best it's going to show you. But I get 60 most of the time. When it's crowded in the town, and it can't get too crowded because they instance towns, I get maybe 50, maybe 40. I don't know the command to bring up the in-game FPS monitor. Usually games, especially MMOs, have one. I don't even really know how to bring up the latency monitor, which is kind of weird that it's not default out, but you know, because I'm new to the game. This character is level 7. I think my highest character is 15. So I've not tested in-game content, but I assume it's similar to crowded cities. So here's some rays. You can see I'm running into the city now. Runs fine. There's characters all over the place. Not a big deal. And there's a lot of NPCs in town, and it has no problem rendering all those and all of their shadows. And I have shadows turned all the way up. And shadows is something else that usually slows down a rendering. Like, actually in Elder Scrolls Skyrim, shadows are the issue that slows it down. I don't have that problem here. Shadows runs fine. So, yeah. Hopefully that informs you, so you know whether or not you'd want to choose this game as something you might want to buy and test out. Now my hardware for the one I'm rendering on right now is pretty high end. It's an overclock 3770 Intel CPU, and I have NVIDIA with GTX 770 also. So it's higher end, so me being able to play on high isn't too surprising. This is Linux Mint. I've also tested this on I have a slower Antegros machine, which has, I think it's either a 9800 or a 220 NVIDIA, and it's a dual core. I don't know what speed though. So if that gives you an idea, most of the settings I can turn all the way up except for like shadows, and I don't turn on ambient occlusion, and I don't turn on water reflection quality. But I actually do keep texture quality and subsampling on high, and it seems to run. I want to turn off vertical sync. So that might give you an idea there. Hopefully some other people will list things with other specs. Now I'm not going to make any, I'm going to leave the threads open for comments, but I won't comment on them because I do not like having to log in through my Gmail account to put comments up. So YouTube, you're leaving a less informed public because of that. But hopefully other people have information that they want to give you. There you go. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Alright. Hello again, this is RPG7, and ow! There's a wall! It shouldn't be able to see me, god damn it. Alright, heal true. So close. So close. This is the 4th level. Ow. Last level. Last part of the game. Ugh. There are glitches everywhere around here. So we're gonna get a little cheap. Once we finally knock this one out, assuming we can knock this one out, I said heal true. Okay, there we go. Which way am I facing now? Okay, where you see that lava is Command Central, the heart of the dungeon for Yagertharn. Oh, that's not good. That is really not good for us. Oh, that is not fun. That is not fun at all. We don't actually have to defeat Yagerthorin. We can sneak by him with the potion of invisibility. Not sneak by him with the potion of invisibility. What am I saying? It'd be too easy. We just have to steal the crystal that he's using to keep the Emperor locked in with. And this is how you cheat at the last one. Alright, behind these doors is his dungeon. He is in the center of it. We can knock him out and earn a crap load of XP. Or, we can go through and, well, go through and just steal the crystal. It's late. Alrighty, ebony gauntlets of floaty magic. Lich. Oh my god, it's a lich. Heal true. Heal true. Ow. Let's go with heal true again. Oh god. Ow. Cool. Well, I'm a zombie now. That would be awesome if I get to play the rest of the game. And, oh, cool. My password broke. That's great. I have a feeling I'm gonna want that. Let's spam heal true. Ow. Spam another one for good measure. There he is, the man of the hour, Yagerthorin. Like I said earlier, you can't actually kill him. You can just knock him out if you can even hit him. I have a feeling this is going to take a little bit. Probably should just go ahead and do this. I was smart. Feel true. I am poisoned. This is really stupid, but... Oh, that's great. My last item of Passwall is broken, too. Oh, that's great. And purification does not cure poison. Tharin? I'm right next to you. I'm hitting you with my sword. Game? Oh, there we go. I guess this is as close as I'm about to get to him right now. And I don't think I have any potions to heal resist magic. UCA Battle Mage. You know, they could have given him his name, you know, in the dialogue box. I don't think there's any other battle mages that we meet. Heal true. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. After my last death there, I went ahead and double-checked the wiki on this. Apparently at 21:41, Stop telling failure success. I don't need that information right now. Or, try to complete my thought on one of these little aisles. There should be a key to unlock. Or somewhere around here. 20 something or other. Whew, thank God, here's the key. Okay, this key will unlock this door and allow us to take this orb. Endgame! You must not hold the jewel. Thou art truly a child of the Emperor. I thank thee for thy assistance. Probably shouldn't be eating pizza while I'm reading the Emperor's line. Sorry, I'm hungry. It seems, Ongar, that I am, in a way, I am that... You can read that, I'm assuming. You have proven yourself worthy of the Emperor. Such service shall not easily be forgotten. Hang not on your sword on the mantle, nor place your spellbook upon the shelves. Many such adventures still await your hand, but this was one chapter in the story of the Elder Scrolls. And I'm back outside! And I can continue on this game if I wish to go around just killing. But I do not. So let us make our final save. I want to thank all of you for watching and subscribing. I would also like to thank HP for the Win for helping me along when I had to move. It's funny to think that this game was made in '93, and the series is still going today in 2011. Newest one comes out. Today's the 15th, so in a little under a month, the next one comes out in Skyrim. And hopefully before then, I can have played through Daggerfall, thank you. Daggerfall, and maybe even Morrowind, I hope so. I could probably marathon Morrowind tonight. So that is the end. By the way, if I'm able to play on right now, why can't I at the end of Fallout 3? Anyway, I hope you all have a good one, and I shall return shortly with the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall.
Dragons? I'm not over keen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes, I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the dragonborn, there's no other, my brother, so run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail, and I will not fail like a free-roaming sandbox game. I'm off the rails, I walk the trail through awful gales and storms of hail till all the nails are knocked into your coffin. I'll not stop until you're impaled, and I prevailed in the name of the Lord. I pray to the Lord, you all get a taste of the blade of my sword. I'm taking on hordes of enemies. I'm facing with hordes of weaponry. The draining my force, the chemistry comes into play with retorts and recipes. Alchemy mixing like a DJ. Restoration, restore my energy. My legacy, odyssey, elegy, prophecies written in heavenly bodies and buried with everybody that ever did bother to mess with me. Deadening them terribly, horribly. I'm a celebrity, honestly. You're a wannabe. I'm a prodigy. The suggestion you're better than me at being a warrior? Ha! Comedy. It's a gift to me. I don't just spit flames lyrically, but literally. And the Elder Scrolls are scripts in which I've written your obituary. I am the Dragonborn, wearing a hat with badass horns. I'm Dovahkiin, no globally, you're nobody at all.
I used to be an adventurer like you, but I took an arrow in the knee.
What's up, you guys? It's D Machine, and I am back to bring you a review on the Elder Scrolls Online beta. I have been gone for quite some time, mainly because of a vacation I took and because I've kind of lost motivation with the game. World of Warcraft's PvP just isn't doing it for me right now. So I'm trying out other things, and Elder Scrolls seems to be flippin' awesome, guys. So my first impressions so far are really good. I mean, the combat's really fluid, the mobility is awesome, the different point of view, third person and first person, is really impressive. And the game just ultimately looks great. Even in beta, I was really impressed with how the game looks, especially on Hannah's computer. She's got a beast computer that she built herself, and it looked really good on her computer. Character creation. So first things first, when you're making your character, you have a few choices. Kind of like World of Warcraft, there's different factions within the game, and the factions consist of three different factions. There is, I'm not really sure what the names are, but each faction has three different races to them. And the races consist of orcs, nords, which look like humans, elves, and then lizard people and kitty cats. In layman's terms, I'm sure there's like the specifics of their names, but I'm not too familiar with the game just yet. So each race gives you bonuses. For example, nords in particular give you bonuses to two-handed weapons. Orcs give bonuses to armor, and elves give bonuses to ranged and things. So it's definitely interesting when you look at those. And then after races, there is classes to choose. Now, even though you're a Nord and you really like your two-hander, you can always switch, even no matter what class you pick, also to a bow or to a restoration staff. No matter what class you are, you can still be whatever you want to be. A ranger, a two-hander, a sword and shield, a tank. I really like that freedom that this game offers. So the classes consist of Templar, which is very similar to a paladin. You have healing and damage hybrid that with the animations of the bright lights. Dragon Knight. It's kind of like a baby between a Death Knight and a Warrior, I'd say. A lot of cool fiery animations there, though, but mainly Dragon Knights are going to be melee ranged. Sorcerers are mages and warlocks together. I'm using World of Warcraft terms to talk to you guys about it, and it's because I've seen some sorcerers with pets, so I'd say that they're a hybrid between a mage and a warlock. But mind you, sorcerers can still use a bow because this game's fucking awesome. And then there's the Nightblade, which is very similar to a rogue or a stealth character, but can still use a two-handed weapon because this game's fucking awesome. So in the starting zone, I'm going to be honest with you, the leveling is really fucking slow. But it isn't necessarily a bad thing, and I'll tell you why. The reason why it's not a bad thing is because the quests are awesome. The storyline is flippin' sick. and the amount of quests or amount of things you have to do with per quest is not that big a deal. Like you have to kill like a certain amount of things, or you have to get a key, but it's not like grinding out quests in World of Warcraft. Even though I've done that a few times, and I'm sure that can be kind of tedious after a while, I still think that the questing in the start zone and in the first zones after the start zone are incredibly interesting. It's all very new, and it keeps me intrigued as I go on. So the leveling is quite slow, but you don't even notice how slow it is until later on when you log out and you see you played 8 hours and you're still like level 12. But still, really, really fun stuff. Dungeons are gonna look fucking awesome. Now, very similar mechanics as in WoW. There's gonna be things like getting feared. There's gonna be things like that, but the animations look so good. And everything is basically kind of skill shot oriented. So that's really fun. Healing is mostly AoE. It's not single target healing, which is really, really cool. Some other thing. So add-ons are going to be available in this game, which is really cool. So you're going to be able to customize your interface the way that you like it. I think that's fucking awesome. And PvP is in this game, guys. It's not just PvE. There is a huge amount of PvP, world PvP, and the main part of the island we're on, called Serdaral or some shit like that, and that's going to be one large instance where world PvP will happen. There's going to be 2,000 people instances, so that's going to be fucking insane. But off of world PvP, every single time you do something like that, you get alliance points, and with alliance points, as you build more and more alliance points, you have the chance of becoming an emperor. Now, all three of these alliances used to be together and united by an emperor, and the emperor of Cyrodiil used to be able to keep the peace between all the factions. And now that there's no emperor, basically whoever does the best and gets the most alliance points per alliance gets to be the emperor. Now, mind you, there can only be one emperor per alliance. It's one person, one dude. So to become an emperor, you're gonna have to be pretty fucking active. So I do plan on making my own guild, and also with a guild you're able to get bonuses of alliance points, and the emperor of a guild, if it's in a guild, will also give the guild benefits. I'm not really sure on the specifics yet, but basically there's going to be a rank that is super badass. The release is really soon, guys. I mean, I work at Target and we offer the pre-order cards, and we usually don't offer pre-order cards for things unless it's months out. And the beta is coming back up this weekend. Everyone can still sign up and get offered into the beta. It's starting tomorrow at noon Eastern my time. And Team Machine, the guild, will start up the day that this game goes live. So I will be back with more updates on this game. If you guys have any specific questions about the game, let me know and I will figure it out. Thanks. Team Machine, blast off.
You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Dibella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Thalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny. When I was a boy, Imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
We need to go inside, little cub.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Whoa! Yes, Papa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait! We're not rebels!
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them! We weren't with you! This is a mistake!
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time!
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No! I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you? You're a long way from the Imperial City. What are you doing in Skyrim? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your remains are returned to Cyrodiil. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon you.
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over.
As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the renegade from Cyrodiil!
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner!
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that? Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the
Escaping, Hadvar. You're not stopping us this time.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a dragon? The bringers of the end times? We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. Take a look around. There should be plenty of gear to choose from. I'm going to see if I can find something for these burns. See if one of these chests has some armor for you. You gotta get that armor on. Give that sword a few swings, too. Let's keep moving. That thing is still out there.
you're mine. If you want to die... Bastard!
You won't take us alive.
That's the end of that. Let me see if I can get that door open. What's that?
Imperial dogs! You think you... I cannot best you! Oh, you got! An old store. See if you can find it. Michael, hand it. Done then? This way. The torture.
You fellows happened along just in time. These boys seemed a bit upset at how I've been entertained. Their comrades.
Don't you even know what's going on? A dragon is attacking Helgen.
Hutch. Please, don't make... Nonsense. Sure, take all my things.
Grab what you can and let's go.
Where in Oblivion are we supposed to go? Where's the way out?
Just give me a minute. Let me think.
Stormcloak! Get them! To the Empire!
It's nothing. Come on. Give up while you still can.
All right, let's see if we can. No way out. I better stay back and see the old man. Let's see where this goes.
Can't get away from me! Ah, found you! There you are! Now you're mine! You're pathetic! Wait! Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today. Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
See that ruin up there? Big false barrel. I was aboard.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood. Hadvar? How do you know him? I'd be glad to help a friend of Hadvar, but you didn't answer my question. How do you know him? What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier, flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was. A dragon here in Skyrim. What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. Until next time, take what you need, my friend. Within reason, looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Until next time.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle. Uncle Halvar, hello.
Hadvar? Thank Talos. Fred told me about Helgen. Come on inside.
Orgnar. Orgnar, are you listening?
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. Ike, let's sate that appetite, hmm?
hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get in.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no!
Yeah, well, I don't know what you... I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold. Damn thieves!
Good enough.
Huh?
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Mm-hmm.
You look strong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Good day. My carriage is the safest way to travel. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city, capital of Skyrim. but I'm sure you'll...
Doors, wares, and weapons.
If you come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay here.
Get on with
You
it!
betrayed us! Traitor!
If you need potions, head...
If it's arms or armor you need, see Baron.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen? Have we? Oh, of course. You were at Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly. I suppose that's true. Fine. Why don't you have a chat with Legate Rika? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't.
You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion. Is that confidence or bravado? Confidence I can use. Bravado gets soldiers killed. We'll soon find out. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Hrogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse. The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Hrogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in. Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier. That's not what my scouts report. Sir, every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not.
Judging by your armor, I'd say you're an Imperial scout. If so, well met.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever. We keep a fine inn.
Some come to buy, but others come to steal. Khajiit shows no mercy to thieves.
I'm still sore where I took that arrow. I hate archers.
It's not that bad.
Picked a bad someone there.
Where are you?
Now ain't this a surprise?
your best? I'll guard you in the face! I'll rip your heart out! I can stop. Just stand still!
You won't leave here alive!
Huh? Huh? Time to end this little thing.
Ha! Found you!
count out your coin. So much easier to roll when you're dead. Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back.
What was that?
You can't hide from me.
Can't wait to count out your coin. I've had enough of you. So much easier to...
Never should have come here.
Fletching suits me. It's difficult and sometimes tedious, but a well-made arrow strikes forth like the fury of God.
Tell me again why I'm wasting men chasing after a fairy tale.
Welcome back, soldier. I'm glad you made it in one piece. I'll send men to garrison the fort right away. You did well. I'm impressed. But before we go any further, it's time for you to officially join the Legion. Speak with General Tullius. He'll administer the oath.
In joining the Legion, you'll be taking an oath binding you to the service of the Emperor, and thus to every citizen of the Empire. Changed your mind? Decided you wanted to soldier for the Empire after all. Well then, repeat after me. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor Titus Mede II. And unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire. May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty. Long live the Emperor, long live the Empire. Welcome to the Imperial Legion, soldier. Just remember, we take care of our own. Once you're in the Legion, you're in it for life. Speak to Behrend. He's normally out by the forge. He'll get you outfitted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Legate Ricca has a special assignment for you. Tell me again why I'm wasting men chasing after a fairy tale.
Listen, if Ulfric gets his hand on
If you need potions,
it won't
head
be
over
a
to
fairy
Angeline's
tale.
Aromatics.
It'll be a problem.
Don't you Nords put
Welcome
any
to the
stock
Legion,
in your own
Auxiliary.
traditions?
Ulfric's right-hand man, Galmar Stonefist, has located what he believes is the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. We're going to make sure he doesn't get his hands on it. The rest of my men are already assembling outside Corvinjune. I'll meet you there as soon as I finish up here. Don't
We're
wait for
backing
me.
Elisif.
Get to Corvinjune as soon as you're ready.
They'll do the
I'll meet you
sensible
there.
thing.
Not everyone's a...
You can sell off that junk at bits and pieces.
Helgen. Destroyed by a dragon. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Need I can take you to any of the hold. Where do you want to go? All right. My carriage is the safest. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. I can't wait here forever.
Man like you needs a war horse. Suppose so. Got one all saddled if you've got the coin. Ride strong.